Well, Last Christmas came out and I thought the movie was alright, but it seems as if everyone else sees this film as nothing more than festive garbage, or possibly festive gold, so perhaps I'm missing something. Anyways, as you all know, the movie evidently made use of George Michael's music. Due to this, I believe it would be intriguing to take a look at this movie and see how Last Christmas uses George Michael's music. First of all, this video will contain minor spoilers for the film. With that out of the way, let's take a look at each of the songs featured in Last Christmas, looking at how they are implemented. By the way, did I forget to mention that the protagonist, Kate, is a George Michael fan? Well, now you know. Nonetheless, seeing as I bought the album because I'm an obsessive George Michael fan, it's concerning at this point, allow us to take a look at each of the songs in the order which they are featured in on this album. Starting with Last Christmas, you're constantly reminded of the song when it comes to this movie. The film's even called Last Christmas. Could have they gone on about the song any more? I think not. Last Christmas is often played throughout the film's runtime. The song's played near the start of the movie, the song's played at the end of the movie, the song's played at where Kate works, except it's some kind of chipmunk version, which sounds horrific. Yeah, the song's played more times than I care to remember, but I'm fine with that as Last Christmas is without a doubt my favourite Christmas song. Also, this movie is based on the track if you somehow didn't know already. Next, we have the song Too Funky. Honestly wasn't expecting this song to be in the movie, yet here it is. Too Funky is only featured briefly from what I can recall. It's a short scene showing Kate dropping a hairdryer in a fish's tank, and killing a fish sadly. The music helps to highlight the fact that Kate is a liability. The point throughout the film is that she's frustrated and living in London. To be honest, I would have to say that the song Too Funky complements this scene. Fantasy, originally a B-side. This is a track I'm happy to see here. I'm glad they didn't use the reworked Nile Rodgers version, as I never took to that version, much prefer the original. If my memory serves me far too well, pun not intended, Fantasy was used when Kate was going to her audition earlier in the movie. I could be wrong, if so, correct me. Though, if I am correct, the song worked wonders in that scene. The song is lively and complements the fact that Kate is late for her audition, so she is in a hurry. Praying for time, when I heard that this song was going to be in the movie, I thought that was terrific. Although, in execution, it didn't work in my opinion. The song's played whilst Kate and Tom are ice skating. It's meant to be romantic. Can I make it apparent that Praying for Time is about the issues in this world, not about love? When I heard this song come on during that scene, I was somewhat confused, as I'm sure everyone else was in the cinema with me. Right, Faith. This song was played whilst Kate was singing outside a homeless shelter, and Faith works well in this scene. She has to have faith in the fact that she's doing the right thing, helping at the homeless shelter. Moreover, she has to have faith in the fact that she will see Tom again, as he disappears a number of times throughout the film's runtime. Furthermore, the movie posters always feature this quote stating, "Sometimes you've just gotta have faith," which is most likely a reference to Faith. Waiting for that day, the Listen Without Prejudice songs are everywhere when it comes to this movie, and I love it. Listen Without Prejudice is my favourite George Michael album, though I sadly cannot remember exactly when this song was used. It may have been when Kate was walking away from her parents' house, although I don't want to sound like an idiot, so let's move on to the next track. Heal the Pain. I wasn't expecting it, but this song is featured many times. This is due to Heal the Pain being Kate's favourite George Michael song. The movie opens with this song, with Kate as a child in a choir. After the choir scene, she's in a pub with Heal the Pain playing. Additionally, Kate later sings the song like a lullaby while she's at Tom's house. The reason why this song is played so often is because of the song's meaning. Lyrics such as, can be associated with this film because Kate has to look after herself. She has to make herself happy. One More Try. This track was used during a rather emotional scene. I think the emotional scene was when Kate feels as if she has let down her family. One More Try works well in this scene. The song evokes emotion. As the viewer, you realise that you're meant to feel concerned. You're still waiting for that happy conclusion to Last Christmas. And who doesn't love One More Try? The next song we have is Fastlove. This song was only used briefly. I believe the the song was played whilst we saw an extreme long shot of London. Honestly, I don't know why they chose to use Fastlove in this film, considering the song is possibly about cruising. Finally, another Wham song, Everything She Wants. The scene that this song is played in is when she asks her father to pick her up, who is a cab driver. I believe Everything She Wants was added because they perhaps felt as if it was necessary to add another Wham track. Yet another Wham track, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. Of course this Wham track was going to have to make an appearance. This song is played when Kate is staying at a friend's house, only to be woken up by Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. In fact, the music video for this song is being played on a television when she wakes up, which some of you may find nostalgic, especially if you grew up in the 80s. It's obvious why this song was implemented in this scene. She wakes up. Move On, a song I never really listened to. I can't remember hearing this track in the movie. Perhaps the track was in the background whilst there was some sort of intense dialogue. I can't remember, however the track was probably put here because the title, it's about moving on with life. Freedom 90 is used in a scene when Kate is wanting to sort out her life. She goes out with her mother and tries to be less selfish. Freedom 90 sort of fits the scene. The song is about George Michael wanting to have creative freedom and not be controlled by a record company, but I suppose it could also be interpreted as Kate wanting to change and be a better person. Now there is a Praying for Time live version in Last Christmas. The live track is used during an emotional scene and I believe it works well. I think they could have picked a different song rather than using the live version of Praying for Time, as Praying for Time has already been used during the ice skating scene, which barely made sense. Anyways, on to the next track. And this is the final track. In fact, this song only came out recently. This is How We Want You to Get High. Frankly, I do not particularly like this song. I find it to be a disappointment. Don't get me wrong, it's great to hear a new George Michael song, however, it's not my cup of tea. Yet, how is the song implemented in the film? Oh right, the film ends with this song? This song is an odd choice for this film. I can't help but feel as if it was just shoehorned in. This song may have been implemented here because it's about ending on a high. Although from listening to This Is How We Want You to Get High, it's fair to say this song is about drug use. So how does this song have anything to do with Last Christmas? I mean, the film ends with this song. Couldn't they have ended with a different song? Even Amazing or Freedom by Wham would have been a better choice. When I was in the cinema and heard this song come on near the end, I was saddened. But maybe I'm looking at this too deeply. So there you go, we've looked at all the George Michael and Wham tracks used in Last Christmas. Firstly, positives. Most of the tracks selected worked well and made sense. I especially like how they used a lot of songs from Listen Without Prejudice. Now, negatives. There were a few songs that felt out of place. I'm looking specifically at Praying for Time with the ice skating scene and the song This Is How We Want You to Get High at the end of the film. Moreover, I couldn't help but feel as if there was a huge missed opportunity here. Why weren't there any songs from Patience in this film? How about more Wham songs, considering we only get a measly 3? Couldn't they include any songs from Fantastic? Well, to be fair, I don't know if any songs from Fantastic would really make sense. Imagine if they had used Club Tropicana, yeesh, that would have been a disaster. Although they could have included a different corner in an emotional scene. I would have taken a different corner over One More Try any day. Of course, I know George Michael isn't the most prolific artist. 5 solo albums in just under 30 years and one of them is an album of covers is laughable. However, that's not an excuse. There were so many songs that could have been used that would have made sense with Last Christmas. However, overall, I felt as if most of the songs chosen for the movie felt right. They did a good job choosing the right Wham and George Michael tracks, but there were obviously a few songs which felt a little out of place, and certain albums or eras of George Michael's music were disregarded. Nevertheless, it's just nice to see that George Michael is getting talked about more. We've got this film, the new song, and of course Andrew Ridgeley's book, George and Me, which is a great read and I will do a video on the book if you want. Yet I hope that we get a Wham or George Michael biopic movie someday. I know Andrew Ridgeley has been asked about the idea, so we'll have to see. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the film Last Christmas? What are your thoughts on how the film uses Wham and George Michael's music? Make sure to tell me in the comments down below, and expect some George Michael and Wham content coming very soon. Until next time, bye. Why hello, I hope you enjoyed this video on Last Christmas and George Michael's music. If you couldn't tell, I'm branching out from just discussing Queen. There will still be Queen videos of course, though if I want this channel to stay alive, I feel as if branching out is necessary. So if you want to support this channel, consider liking the video, commenting and subscribing if you're new. Also consider checking out my other George Michael video. Until next time, thanks for watching and bye.